Hi Beauties, welcome. We are here for another Founders Talk with the fabulous Teresa Edward, founder of Skin Alchemist, one of the latest brands to sort of blow our minds. Welcome.
Thank you, Denise. I'm really pleased to be here.
Fantastic. Teresa, before we even get started, I'm loving this tablecloth that you brought. Tell me about it, please.
It's our traditional madras material, so it comes in different hues, but we have national outfit, national wear. And if anybody's familiar with Miss Universe or Miss World, and you know the ladies have to go in the national costume, ours is always made out of this. So I thought I'd bring it just to give an influence of the Caribbean, a little bit of home to our beauty.
Okay, so ours being St Lucia.
Yes.
What's the inspiration behind Skin Alchemists?
Well, it all began with health issues, really.
Okay.
I'm from St Lucia, from the Caribbean, and I've been living in the UK for over 15 years.
Okay.
I came up going through university and working. I was just really tired, really drained. I guess feeling the effects of what living in a polluted city can do to you, and the foods and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I went home on a holiday, and I just realized within 3 days, once you just got over the jet lag, my skin was different, and it was glowing, and my health, and I felt so much more energetic. And then when I came back to the UK, I fell back into the lull. So I started just investigating and looking into, well, why was that? And it all came about with the food and how nutrient dense the food was, and just like, you know, not all tomatoes are the same.
Yes, this is true.
Yes, so not all food qualities are the same. And I started looking at nutrient density of foods and how foods are sourced. And I became a whole lot more aware about how you can heal your body and the effect that foods have on your body. So I paid a lot more attention to my health, what I'm putting into my body. And then I'm like, well, what am I putting on my skin? Because the skin really is the largest organ of the body. And I'm looking at the ingredients, I'm looking at natural products, and I'm just seeing some really fancy, pseudoscience names, and I can't even pronounce it. I'm like, well, that's not... It can't be food, or it can't be, what is it? It can't be natural. And then investigating that and realizing, well, it wasn't really natural. Maybe 50% was natural, or it wasn't. So I started saying, no, I need, if I'm putting natural, organic products, I'm going to the supermarket, I'm paying that much more for organic products, I'm paying so much more attention what I'm putting into my body in terms of food, I need to put that on my skin.
Right.
And then I started playing around and researching ingredients and blending my own oils. And I was specifically paying attention to ingredients from St Lucia, from the Caribbean, because I knew who made the coconut oil, and I knew they would forage the coconuts, they would break it, get the milk, and make that oil. It was as pure and nutrient dense as fresh food was. So I started incorporating that. And then that sort of led to my brand, Skin Alchemist.
Fantastic, I like that story.
Thank you.
It's interesting how many founders, especially female founders, are actually developing their ranges based on a personal experience.
I had a grand-aunt, my mum's uncle, Aunt Mano. She was very popular, St Lucia's a small island, so it's basically north of the island, the south of the island, but she was very popular island-wide as a natural herbalist.
Oh wow.
So if anybody had a skin ailment, or they felt they just didn't feel themselves, they would come to her for we call it pulling, but it's like a massage, and they do it with something called soft candle. Caribbean people may know that.
Okay.
She would give them that sort of treatment, or she would blend a herb tea for them, a tincture for them. So I grew up basically at her feet, sort of learning these herbs and learning her ways and her methods. So I drew all on these sort of I would say normal practices that we have in the Caribbean, and thought, let me put it into what I eat, and let me introduce it into my skin, called the medicinal techniques, or little proprietary secrets that I would learn from Aunt Mano. Definitely are throughout the line.
Love that. I think it's interesting, there seems to be more of a trend for people sort of going back to their cultural...
Yes, ancestral habits, ancestral way of eating foods and oils.
As you say, tinctures and remedies, and drink nettle tea or drink thyme tea for this.
I think you'll find each culture or each country has something that they do, but the process is the same. So it might be a tincture, but it's just that we probably use different herbs or different roots in the Caribbean than what they might use in Italy or what they might use in Africa. But it tends to be the same. And the Caribbean is very much populated through slavery by different cultures: Indian, African, American. This probably looks very Scottish. Because we had white people down in the Caribbean as well. So we have a little bit, it's called a mélange, we have a little bit of everything in there.
So are any of your products designed to be multitasking?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So again, you've got the skin treatment candle, which is both your aromatherapy candle and your skin treatment in one. You've got even the scrub, it leaves you moisturized right afterwards. But most importantly, you've got the Humble Warrior. And the Humble Warrior is fantastic. So it's not only your cleansing oil, you could use it in your hair as well as an oil treatment for your hair. You could use it all over your body as your massage oil, your feet to massage your feet after the sun, if you're in the sun. So it really is maybe like a 4-in-1 for you. A beard oil as well.
Wow.
For our gentlemen out there.
Yes.
Yeah, beard oil as well.
Love that. I love multitasking products. I think people often find it difficult to get their head around. Okay, but if it can cleanse my skin, how could it moisturize my skin at the same time?
Yeah, and I think that's a little bit of consumerism as well, trying to sell you 4 different products, where perhaps one product can cut that.
So let's talk about your products. Tell us about this beautiful cleansing oil.
Yeah.
You've got to try this cleansing oil, folks. Tell us about the Humble Warrior. I love the name.
Thank you. Well, while I was sort of formulating the products, they became like children, or they became characters, and just to put a little bit of fun, I named them accordingly. So the Humble Warrior, it just thought of what does a cleansing oil does? It cleanses, it does all the hard work, and then it gets washes away. So it battles your facial debris or your makeup, and it gets washed away. I wanted a natural cleanser, and I know oil cleanses oil, it washes off makeup if you do it properly. I wanted some really good ingredients in there that were known to cleanse skin. So castor oil is a known clean skin cleanser. You have marshmallow in there. It's known to melt sebum on the skin. And then we've got the essential oils in there. So we're looking at something that would cause you to inhale and to pause, because we live in such a rush world. We need everything now. And you're speaking about female founders. Females run the household. It still is the same, and they're very much that. You don't have time for yourself. That's exactly what I want. I wanted you to just give yourself, even if it was a 2-second pause. And that was the scent. So it just gives you that.
What is it? Because I'm getting so many different elements there.
You're getting neroli and ylang ylang. So the beautiful botanical flowers of the Caribbean are in there. And it has a little bit of cypress in there, because cypress is a known astringent on the skin. So everything to nourish the skin, everything to melt off the dirt and the makeup, but also antibacterials and astringents in there, just to make sure that it's cleansing of the bacteria.
I'm always talking about mindful cleansing, and it really does lend itself to that.
Yes.
And what's refreshing is it doesn't smell of lavender or the usual top notes that you get in a cleansing oil. It's a completely different experience.
That's the Caribbean I'm trying to bring. That's the botanical garden. That's the rainforest I'm trying to bring.
I think you've succeeded.
Thank you.
And this is for all skin types?
It's for all skin types. Personally, I don't look at skin types. I look at skin conditions, because sometimes you can be very dry, or you can be at certain times of the month. If you're female, you can be oily combination. If you're stressed, you can have a different skin type, if you want to go. But it's for all skin types. all skin conditions. It's very gentle on the skin. It does have a scent, but it's not so overpowering that it might irritate. So I try very hard to make sure it doesn't irritate sensitive skins.
Okay, then next we have
Sesame.
Yes. Guys, you have to see, this comes in this fabulous box that opens like, thank you.
Like a flower.
Like a flower. So when you go inside the box, you take out.
Yes.
This comes out like so.
Yes.
Love that.
Thank you.
It feels like a gift to yourself.
Exactly. It was the unboxing ritual because I'm trying to add something just a little bit special. So yes, skincare might be functional. You need to take care of your body, but you just need that extra little something for you. So it was just the fact that, again, giving yourself 5 minutes. You need to take 5 minutes to just open up, and it just gives you that extra. It's like the Japanese tea ritual.
Yes.
It's deliberately slow.
Yes.
So you just need to take the time. It's conical because Skin Alchemists, the symbol for alchemy is the triangle.
Yes.
But also we've got 2 peaks, mountainous peaks in St Lucia called the pitons.
Okay.
So all of that inspired the shape of the box.
Okay.
So it really is a little gift to you. So this was inspired, again, the characters. We've got a cultural icon in St Lucia. Her name, she's passed now, is Cécile Descat.
Okay.
And she was a folk singer.
Right.
And back when Cécile was singing, the masters of the plantations and so forth would very much suppress women. And she used to sing out the problems of society in her song, and that was very much suppressed, but she would defy all odds and still sing out. So I wanted something that was, again, it embraced her character, so the user would feel like Cécile, would feel empowered, would feel strong. It still feel that you put in something good onto your body, so something beneficial. She sang in one of the folk festivals called La Rose.
Okay.
So it's all about roses. It's a festival of rose, and it was inspired by Rose de Lima. So the base note on that is rose, and I use Rose de Mayo because we have the cabbage rose, it's the pink one that comes out in May.
Okay.
So that's what I've used in there.
Okay.
So again, it has that floral scent, but I've also used all the spices in the Caribbean in there.
Can you open this one?
You can indeed. So you've got nutmeg, you've got lime, you've got some clementine in there to scent, some beautiful rosewood. So that's the scents, and that's the aromatherapeutic benefit. So it makes you feel very uplifted,
Oh yeah.
very relaxing. But the base oil is KK oil, and that's from Colombia.
Okay.
And KK oil is nature's retinol. It has one of the highest contents of vitamin A in all the oils.
Wow. Okay.
So it's not, a more popular or cheaper base oil. I wanted the main oil in a #1 ingredient to be actually very beneficial for you. There is turmeric in there to give you that anti-inflammatory benefit. And there's a beautiful oil, which is not from the Caribbean, but it's called tamanu oil. And it's a very good healing oil. And I've put that in there. So that's a earthy smell, that scent that you're taking, the base note in there as well.
I mean, I think, I have to say, using this beautiful Humble Warrior followed by Suzanne, it's
really
just, it forces you to sort of just make the
time for you. That's
Well,
my two.
Your 2 superstars.
Yes.
But then equally, you have this beautiful body scrub.
And that was one of the first products, because the line was never about going out there and making lots of money. It really was about taking care of the body. And the body is all over here. It's not there again. And everybody, or most lines come out with a face oil, a face cream, and everything for there and nothing for there. So we came out with a beautiful body scrub. And how we scrub our bodies back home was we go to the beach, we take sea sand, scrub it all over, jump in the sea. I can't do that here. So I've used Himalayan sea salt, which has over 71 minerals in there. And we've put some beautiful raw cocoa from St Lucia in there, so you got that beautiful rich antioxidant boost. And we've used some cashew oil, and we've used raw coconut oil from St Lucia. So it really is a nourishing treatment, and I've used also the husk of the coconut shell just to give that extra little abrasion, just like a little micro dermabrasion treatment.
Perfect. And does this have an amazing smell?
It's slightly chocolate, slightly subtle on chocolate.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it is subtle. I like that.
Yes.
I like the colour as well.
Beautiful chocolate.
Right.
Go ahead. Beautiful chocolate
Dig in
colour.
there. Himalayan.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah. When you start to work it, you get
Work
more
it
of the
in.
aroma.
Yeah, coming out.
Can you use it on dry skin, or do you prefer it?
I recommend to use it on dry skin, because if you use it on wet skin, you're probably melting the salt off before you can. So it is slightly more oily, so you can get that moisture that you're looking for to just give your body a good old scrub, jump in the shower, rinse off.
That's lovely. So it's not just your ordinary scrub, because a lot of scrubs are just Himalayan salts and some oil, but you've got a nice skin-treating combination there.
We've got about 13 ingredients in there, and the scent is only about 2, because it's just cocoa and vanilla, that's the scent. So you really have macadamia oil, you've got babazu oil in there, almond oil, there's that rich coconut one, you've got pure unrefined cocoa butter. And I use a lot of unrefined butters and a lot of unrefined oil, because I'm trying to keep as much of the nutrient density in there. And then I've got 2 treatment candles. So this is Midnight Serenade, because it has a lot of jasmine in there, and jasmine blooms at midnight and you get that beautiful scent. And this was inspired by my baby. When I had the baby a year ago, as you know, mums, you can't sleep. But what I was finding is, although I'm very sleepy, I just couldn't fall asleep. And that's because everything's going on. Even when the baby's sleeping, your phone's going on social media. So that sort of connection to have you stop what you're doing and pause to allow your body to acclimatize and to sleep just wasn't happening. So I blended these candles. So you have a dual purpose. So one, you have the aromatherapeutic benefit. So you'd light the candle, and in about 10 minutes it would melt to a beautiful oil, and it's all vegan, all oils and butters. So you have raw cocoa butter and shea butter, and you have maracuja oil, which is passion flower oil, and it's a known sedative to the body. And that will melt into a beautiful oil in about 10 minutes. It's not hot, it's just warm for the skin, it won't burn the skin. So in that 10 minutes, the scent really is what's going to allow you to acclimatize and stop what you're doing and pause. And then use beautiful oil, warm oil all over your body. And there's 2 scents. There's another one called Sweet Dreams, and that's specifically formulated to induce sleep.
And what's in the Sweet Dreams one? Sort of like
Sweet Dreams is lavender, and I've used more Caribbean elements. So you've got elemi and aramis, and you're probably familiar with sandalwood, but elemi and aramis, they're our versions of woods and barks and resins.
And so you just massage with that, and that's it.
Yes.
Soft skin.
Exactly. So maybe when you're in the shower, you can light the candle while you're in the shower or bath. Enjoy that. And when you come out, towel dry and pour the warm oil all over your body. You're relaxed, you're well hydrated, you go to bed.
Love it. Love everything.
Pause.
Yes. Mindful moments.
Yes.
I'm always using the hashtag, self-care matters, or self-care isn't selfish.
Yes.
And it's interesting because in the press, a lot of people are now sort of saying, self-care's been done, it's overused, and I'm like, no, it's not.
No.
You kind of have to bring it back to what its core element, which is that we need time to nurture ourselves.
We need time for ourselves, and that's something that we're not doing. And now mental health is huge, but we're not taking the time for us. We have time for work, we have emails, we have social media, we need to check it first thing in the morning, last thing at night. What are we doing for ourselves? And this is what the collection is all about, is giving you that time. So even when you're using the Humble Warrior to cleanse and you're massaging in, you're taking care of yourself. You're circulating blood through your body, you're stimulating the flow, it's giving you that 5 minutes for you. It's your self-care ritual.
Mm-hmm.
It's that 5 minutes for you, and you're inhaling. And I've made sure aromatherapy is at the base of what I do. So the scents have a particular purpose,
Yeah.
whether it's to help you relax, whether it's to uplift your mood, or ground you. But there's that basis there to ensure that you're using these products, but not only functional, as in, okay, it's going to moisturize, it's going to cleanse, it's going to scrub, but it's going to take care of me, because I'm taking care of me. It's my body's my temple.
Yeah, that's perfect. I think that sums up everything about what you're doing, and it just aligns so beautifully with our philosophy as well.
Yes, thank you.
So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
No,
Really
thank you for giving us
pleasure
the time.
to be here.
We're super excited about this.